Hey there everyone, happy Tuesday, King 5. Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you, which has turned out to be a sunny Tuesday for many of us, and I think we're going to see quite a bit more of the sun as we go throughout the weekend. The lowlands, not too much active weather ahead. We do have some more active weather as you head off to the north. It looks like the Cascades farther north, Skagit and Whatcom counties primarily, going to be getting hit with some pretty decent snow, while areas and resorts farther to the south, not as much of it around, but anything is better than nothing. So let's go ahead and get into it. We actually have advisories out for that winter weather coming in for parts of Skagit, Snohomish, as well as into Whatcom counties. That extends into the very northern parts of King County as well. That's going to be starting up at 4 o'clock early Wednesday morning and lasting until 4 a.m. heading to early Friday morning. Now, generally up to 12 inches of snow in these locations will be expected, but I think for areas up there near Mount Baker possibly, you could be closing in on 2 feet of snow by the time we head into Friday. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's talk about our forecast as we head on into the next few days, because it's really going to be the only thing that really is going to bear any watching at all. The rest of us, and really for the rest of the forecast for tomorrow and heading through next Tuesday, little if any rain, quite a bit more sunshine, and temperatures back up around that 50-degree mark on either side of it, at least up or down on either side, and lows which will be near freezing by the time we head into the weekend with the clearer skies that will be expected. Here's White Pass. We picked up some decent snows here throughout late last night and early into this morning, as a lot of the moisture was across the southern part of the state. So you were the big winners here for today, while up around Stevens Pass, little of anything, but still some of that fresh snow from what we had over the weekend is up that way. Tacoma, cloudy skies, dry, and finally beginning to see a little sunshine here at the end of Tuesday after areas farther north have seen sun pretty much throughout the entire day, like here in Everett, which is looking beautiful and nice here into the end of our Tuesday evening. Here's looking at Queen Anne. You can see the clouds moving on across the skies. We got temperatures in the mid-40s right now. North winds, they will add a little bit of a chill to the air if you're going to be heading out at any point here into the evening. So prepare for that. And again, some additional clouds will be making their way in. So we're not going to see the coldest of nights yet. Those will still yet come into more this weekend with the clear skies that we're expecting. Here's radar, and you can see pretty much the direction the showers are heading across the southern part of the state, and then eventually farther north as you head into the eastern part of the state there around Spokane. And farther south too into Oregon, a lot more of that moisture, and down across Northern California too, which is atmospheric moisture, atmospheric river moisture hitting some of those parts right there, which for us, not a bad thing that we're not actually getting hit directly by this, because oftentimes with an atmospheric river, you're going to have a warmer air mass because you're tapping into that subtropical moisture, and that will mean higher snow levels. And our snowpack, which is pretty low right now, doesn't really want to have to deal with that. So thankfully, again, we're not dealing with a direct hit from this, and we'll get a cooler system to come in, which will help with bringing back at least some snowfall across the area here in western Washington. So speaking on that, here for the next few hours and really into the first half of the night, no worries about any of that really developing quite yet. So if you're trying to travel across the state at that point, you'll be fine and good to go. And then here we go into early tomorrow morning. You can see that snow beginning to break out across the North Cascades at that point. And we're going to keep that going for a while as we head on into Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. Areas farther to the south, maybe a sprinkle or two out towards more of the Olympic Peninsula. For areas around Puget Sound, a little of anything as far as rain. More sunbreaks to come along with that. Snow still continuing up across more of the North Cascades into Skagit and Whatcom counties. And we really don't see that ending anytime soon here. We'll continue on. That's early Thursday morning, seeing quite a bit more of that. Maybe a bit of a higher chance of some showers up that way around the San Juans and parts of Skagit and Whatcom counties. Areas farther south, again, really won't have a whole lot to play with as far as moisture, and we keep the snow going into the North Cascades as we head on into Thursday night and then eventually into Friday. And you can see this just continues on and on and on. So this will be a very good snow producer for those areas up there, primarily, yes, Mount Baker, which is looking to get hit with close to, I would say, 2 feet of snow. Let's go ahead and talk about that right now. We're going to see some totals which will be a bit more on the high side. Up that way, around Mount Baker, expecting to see those totals getting up to around 1 to 2 feet. Now, this is model expectations, and some of this could fluctuate to a certain degree, but it's really showing you just more the theme and the trend of how the snow is going and where it's going to fall. It's going to fall across those northern locations here, which will help with producing the higher totals. Areas farther to the south, we could see anywhere between about 3 to 6 inches, so it won't be much. It's going to be a little something, and there around Stevens Pass, since we are a bit farther north, we'll get a chance to see a little of that snow, as we'll be on the very southern end of that system as it comes on through. And for the rest of resorts, expect maybe around 2 to possibly 4 inches of snow. As far as the next 5 days for us here in the lowlands, high temperatures are on either side of that 50-degree mark, either a bit cooler or a bit warmer. The average high is at 51, so we're going to spend at least one day above average at 52 degrees on Sunday. Most of these days near, if not slightly cooler than average. Again, not a big difference and not a big change, and not going to feel all that cool, especially with the sunshine that's going to be around. And then later into next week, temperatures warm up slightly more because we are going to have some additional sunshine and that ridge of high pressure moving on through, keeping highs in the 50s, but possibly even bouncing us up into the mid-50s. Overnight temperatures dropping into those low to mid-30s. A chilly start for tomorrow morning, and then highs upper 40s to low 50s here across western Washington. Your 7-day forecast. Next 3 days, rain around Wednesday through Friday here in the lowlands, but you might be able to hold off on the rain gear. You might be able to keep that at home, with most of the showers that we're going to see pretty light if you're up around the San Juans or northwest interior. Probably do have that rain gear with you, or either if you're out towards the north coast, you'll see a bit of a higher chance of seeing some of those showers too. Then over the weekend, all of us dry out, and we'll keep that dry weather in place as we head on into next work week with the mid-50s ahead for us. Okay, well, a little good news. We get some snowpack here across the North Cascades. We'll get that to build up a little more, and thankfully with the colder weather in place too, that will keep us from melting the little snow that we have farther south as well. But anyway, everyone have a great and a tremendous Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you soon.